What would it take for the NBA regular season to be covered on the Hudson Show? It would take a team winning 13 straight games to start the season. And somehow that's exactly what's happened. The Cleveland Cavaliers won another game last night. Did you watch it?
I did not watch it because I was actually at a movie theater last night.
Oh, that's right. You were watching Heretic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you missed out on, I'm sure, what was probably one of the most exciting NBA games of the
thrilling.
year. Yeah, a nail biter. They won last night to improve to 13-0, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, they still have a ways to go if they want to have the longest winning streak to start a season. But 13-0, pretty impressive. You can't be better than 13-0 if you played 13 games. So you got to be excited as a Cavs fan.
Absolutely. I'm stoked that this is their start. And last night, it was kind of an interesting game because the 76ers had a lot of players out. You know, Joel Embiid's not playing. Paul George's not playing. But still, to be able to, have 13 games on your schedule and say that you beat every single team so far is an amazing start. But I am a little worried here, Hudson, because this feels like the moment when, your pitcher's throwing a perfect game. It's going into, the seventh inning or whatever, and suddenly your friends start texting you about it and talking to you about it. It's like when the national media starts covering it, it's like, okay, here we go. It's about to end.
Yeah.
It's the jinx moment. They were under the radar through 12-0 as much as you can be by being undefeated.
13 is the tipping point.
13, and now it's like the NBA is throwing up graphics on their Instagram.
Yeah.
Like ESPN's covering them. The Bleacher Report's covering it. It's just like everybody's talking about it now, and I'm like, no, stop talking about it. We just have to make it a little bit further.
What I would be concerned about is that I don't know how many, it feels like at this point, right? Instead of doing the typical NBA thing, which may not actually be the optimal thing to do, but typically NBA players now, Donovan Mitchell, the star of the Cavs, he should only play in 60 games.
Yeah.
But he's not going to sit, right? You can't sit him when you've got a 13-game winning streak to start the season.
No.
And if he did, which that they may want to do, the fans would freak out.
Yeah,
People would complain.
People would complain because at this point, now you have something rolling here. So it's not just like, oh, this is a quirky little thing. It's like, how long can we keep this going? But also, the NBA introduced something last year, which is new, which is the in-season tournament. And the Cavs will play their first in-season tournament game on tomorrow against the Bulls. And then a little bit later on next week, they're going to be playing against Boston.
Ooh.
And that'll also be for the in-season tournament. So a lot of people have been kind of speculating if somehow Cleveland can end up being 15-0 going into that game because they're favorites in all the games ahead of that.
Yeah.
Including last night's game. So, but I feel like now that we've talked about it, it's just not going to happen.
But it doesn't matter though. If you're a fan, you just I would almost want them to lose one game just so they don't have to focus on this and they have that because they're not going to go 82-0.
Yeah.
If they did, I guess they would win the NBA Cup, so they'd be 83-0, which would be really stupid. They're not going to do that, but there are odds that they could. FanDuel put them up 10,000 to 1.
That they'll go 82-0?
Yes, which is a ripoff. If you bet even $1 on that, we talked yesterday about thinking rich and thinking poor. That's thinking poor.
Buy dollar.
That's a lottery. You're not going to get that dollar back. And you'd be smarter to bet. I'm sure they don't have odds on this for them to not go 82-0. Is there a no that I can bet on that? Where I bet $10,000 and get one back because I would do that. And if you really wanted to get crazy with it, the smarter thing would be to bet $1 on them for each game. Bet $1, then take those and keep rolling it over until they lose. You'd make more money than betting 10,000 to 1 if they somehow went 82-0, which they won't.
Yeah, no.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.